Kings and Queens, welcome back to another ESG Football 24 update. And for those who don't know, ESG Football is an upcoming free-to-play 7v7 and 11v11 game with no AI, no bots, all user control. Now, it's been a minute because, holidays, and as you can probably still hear it in my voice, I got pretty sick over the holidays, so I'm back now. Today is the first day I feel somewhat like myself, so we're back at it. So, in this video, we're going to cover a couple more questions that I got to ask. All right, and the first of those questions being, will there be mini games in ESG football? And that question came from the fact that obviously I was pretty heavy in NFL Street 2 when it came out when I was younger. And it had the mini games, it had the jump ball battles, it had the 1v1s, the 2v2s, it had the crush the carriers, a whole bunch of stuff, the QB battles. So I was curious if, obviously they're not trying to be NFL Street 2, but I was just curious if they planned on having something like that in their game as well. And I was told that yes, they plan on having mini games. Maybe not necessarily the same mini games that NFL Street 2 had, but Oklahoma drill, one-on-ones, stuff like that. They did plan on having something like that in their game, just for people to hop on and play around, mess around with. And I think that's gonna be dope. It's gonna add longevity to the game, because every time you hop on the game, you're not trying to sweat and have 6 other people yell at you because you're not playing well. So you might just want to play a mini game or so with your friends, So I think that'd be good. That'd be good for the game. The second question I asked was about ranked and how was it going to be implemented, and would it be there on launch? And the question for the ranked was no, it wouldn't be there on launch. It would. It's going to probably be a year or so after the game releases, because they want the game to shape out, and everybody's going to be building up players. Maybe before you hit ranked, you're probably going to have multiple players. You want to have an option of picking anyway. So while everybody spends that first year grinding the game, building up their players, then after the game shapes out, the meta shapes out, then they'll drop ranked about a year or so after the game has launched. And I know that sounds like a crazy long time, but I think a lot of free-to-play games go this route, first of all. I could name a couple, but you might not even know the games, so it doesn't really matter. But a lot of free-to-play games have gone this route, and it doesn't kill the game by any means. Like, I think it's a great idea to let the meta shape out. Let's see get all the bugs out of the game that might be there when it launches. All the weird stuff, all the weird metas that you might want to work out when the game launches. And then after you get your game, it's out, it's clean, it's smooth. Then you drop ranked and let people sweat. So I think this is probably the best idea. Ranked comes out probably a year or so after the game launches. So that was the answer to that question. And then the third question I asked was, how in-depth will the stats be? Now, I didn't really ask it how I wanted to, looking back at it, because he was just telling me, yeah, you'll be able to look at the stats before games. You'll be able to look at your teammates' stats. What I really wanted to ask was how in-depth would the stats be, because I think that would be a difference maker. Like, if you play quarter, I don't want to just see how many PBUs you got, how many interceptions you got. I want to see, like, I don't know, next-gen stats. Maybe, like, what's your quarterback rate what's the quarterback's rating when you're the closest defender? Stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or, if you play running back, yards above expectation. You know what I'm saying? The more in-depth the stats are, I think it'll be better for the game. It'll allow people to take pride in certain positions that they play. You know what I mean? Like, if you play corner, you'll be able to say, I play corner, I'm good at it. Look at this stat, look at that stat. Like, you know what I mean? Or I play quarterback, look at this stat, look at that stat. So I think the more in-depth the stats could be, the more pride people will be able to take in the positions that they choose to play more often than not. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get to ask the question how I wanted to, but I hope when the game comes out, the stats are as in-depth as they could possibly make them, because that'll just be better for the game. But those are the 3 questions for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.